been a bit of a crazy week. iPhones came out this week, so I've been like on it. And it's not only that, like I've been spending so much time trying to transfer my whole entire S23 Ultra workflow to the iPhone, and that includes my whole automation condo setup. Go Chelsea, go. I'm not even a Chelsea fan, I just like Thiago Silva. You know what though, let's actually get serious and let's talk about this whole thing. I moved into this condo in October of last year. I spent so much time and money planning, painting, decorating it. It's modern looking and it's what I was looking for. In my head, the final touch to a place like this is to have proper automation, and I think my automation is a level of ease that can be implemented by everyone. Really, it's nothing hard, comes in extremely handy. My partner got super used to it, and I guess it's a bit of a party trick for when friends come over. Look, today I'm gonna show you what type of items you need, how to set them up, what type of tech I use on the regular, and maybe a few tips and tricks here and there I recommend. The first thing I recommend doing is deciding what rooms you want to automate. It's kind of important because different rooms can work in different ways. Like some rooms are very dependent on fixed light fixtures working with a wall switch, and other rooms can be controlled through wall outlets. This is what you call a switched outlet. It's just a simple electrical outlet with one of the receptacles controlled by a wall switch. In my condo, for example, my living room, part of the entrance, the bedroom, and office have switched outlets, so the light fixtures I connect to that receptacle is most likely able to support smart bulbs. In my kitchen, the dining area, the bathrooms, and part of the entrance are all directly controlled through the wall switch that encases the electrical box. What I'm trying to get at is that not all the lights you will connect will behave the same. More specifically, the switched outlets, since these do require to be switched on at all times to be able to supply power for you to control them. By understanding all of this, you're going to be able to shop for what you need and want in order to make it all work with Google Home. In my experience, Google Home is the most intuitive system for most homeowners. I've been using it for like 4 years, I think, and I've been able to literally master the whole thing, and I've come up with my own tips and tricks that I'm about to show you guys. My studio, for example, is all controlled through Google Home. I've got all sorts of light fixtures, LED strips, different types of bulbs, switches from Hue, light bars and wall lights, even Wi-Fi points, you name it, I've got it all. And with time, I've been able to sync all of it together to make it work the way I want it to. Honestly, it's nothing too complicated. Like, you don't need to be a techie to make it all work, but you do need to choose a Google device. I started with the Nest Mini at 50 bucks. It's simple, it's small, it's nice, comes in 4 different colors, has this really cool accessory I bought off Amazon for 10 bucks to hook it up to a plug. It really does the job. Then there's the Nest Audio. It's more expensive at 100 bucks. It is a bit of a larger system, so the speaker is louder. I would say you're paying the premium for the louder speaker and smart sound. So if you want to be able to adjust your speaker automatically depending on the room you're at, well, there's that. However, if you want a display, there are 3 choices out there for you: the Nest Hub, the Nest Hub Max, and the Pixel tablet. In my opinion, the perfect starting point if you're going to commit is to just get the Nest Hub. It's a 7-inch LCD touchscreen tablet that can stream video like YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, and so on. The speakers are decent. It's a 1.7-inch full range driver. It has sleep sensing, which is something the Max doesn't have, more colors too, and the same hands-free audio calls and hand gestures to control the device without touching it. It's a great little system, and it's the system I personally use at the studio. At the condo, the only reason I spent the extra money is because I wanted the larger speaker from the Max, the larger screen, and the built-in camera for home monitoring. So I use it a bit as a surveillance system when I'm away from home. The Google tablet, it's new. To be honest, I haven't actually used it, but I was briefed about it a few months ago. From what I saw, honestly, it's an amazing device. I loved it, but it's only worth it if you are a Pixel owner, in my opinion. It can do so much more than the Nest Max, and the resolution on the tablet is insane. But honestly, talking from experience, I think the Nest Hub will do. And depending on the items you get, you might or might not have to buy a Nest Mini for other rooms. Why? simply because some items like my Sonos bar that lives in my living room, for example, support Google Assistant. Now in my condo, when it comes to bulbs, I always go Hue. I've been using Hue for 4 years now and they tend to be the most reliable system. It's really not cheap, but if you want a good alternative, Govee light bulbs are also great. The colors are just not as accurate and I find they aren't as bright. Govee though does have an incredible amount of products that work with Google Home. Till this day, I buy them just to lower the cost of my automation system. At the home office, we've got a floor lamp from them, a light strip that sits on my girlfriend's desk, and even an air purifier with a sensor that comes in handy. But look, for my condo, I got the Hue light bulb starter kit. You don't necessarily need a bridge, but it does help sync all of your Hue system together. Like I've got the light strips for Hue in my office, behind the TV. I also have different types of Hue bulbs like in the kitchen and my gantry palm. Like I've got plugs. Hue plugs are an absolute must because they allow you to turn standard lights without needing to get a Hue smart bulb. That's also a great way to save some money, by the way, if you want. You can also add dimmers and sensors, not something I use anymore because I got proper dimmers. Mine are from Lutron. They also come with a hub. All these hubs, by the way, need to be physically connected by Ethernet to your router, so please make sure you keep that in mind. In short, my Lutron dimmers is what really allows me to automate the electrical outlets without receptacles controlled by a wall switch. In other words, the ones that are fixed to a ceiling or a wall. It is the most complicated thing you'll have to install because you have to actually remove the electrical outlet, but once they're in and they're working, it works like a charm with Google Home. I'd say this would represent the core of your automated system depending on your budget. On my end, I did go a bit overboard and I implemented a whole Sonos system in the condo. Like I paired the Sonos Arc, the Sonos Roam that lives in my bathroom, the Sonos Symphonist that pairs with the Hue bulbs, and the Sonos Ray all together. The Sonos app really allows you to interconnect all of it together to orchestrate your music. And the fun part is that some of the items like the Sonos Roam have Google Assistant integrated into it. So basically it's like having a Nest Mini in my bathroom that I can talk to. So depending on the speaker system you get, make sure they do support Google Assistant in case you want to save a bit of money. As for the rest, you can get really fancy. Like my plugs, for example, they connect to light sources that have an app that doesn't integrate with Google Home via its third-party feature. So what I did is that I integrated them with Hue, named them, and I can voice command them and control them via Google Home. There's so much you can do. Like really, I have my TV connected to the Google Home app, the main front door lock connected to the Google Home app. The entire office is like automated. It's super cool. I'd say the office is the most automated room in my condo. The light domes, light panels, Govee accessories, Hue strips, and Sonos bar are all connected as one ecosystem, which really helps my productivity when I'm doing very serious deep dev work. Lenovo sent me their latest Legion Slim 7i last week, and it's been a great laptop to have on this setup. So far, it's lived up to all the great reviews I've seen online. Like, it's totally a great laptop for gaming and making a living. And if you're like me who cares about power and portability, this 7i Slim is a solid choice. Now, even though it's called the 7i, it's actually powered by Intel's 13th gen Intel Core i9 processor and AI tuned with AI Engine Plus. Altogether, it's allowed it to perform very well, especially when it comes to low latency while gaming and delivering a long-lasting battery life. You get an RTX 4070 in here if you want more power. It looks great too, with this beautiful 16-inch WQXGA IPS anti-glare panel. Like, its features are great for creators and gamers. It's 500 nits of brightness, so the panel lets you work in bright environments and dark environments. It's HDR 400, giving you a wider range of colors and brightness levels. The 100% sRGB gives creators precise color accuracy for color grading on Premiere Pro and editing images in Lightroom, and the refresh rate at 240Hz makes the gamers happy. Definitely solid specs and a solid build quality, which is noticeable right out of the box. I love how the chassis feels good and sturdy while still being relatively thin and lightweight, and the smaller power brick makes it super portable. The ports on the 7i are great. There's tons of them, plus a built-in Thunderbolt, which gets rid of your annoying dongles. After using this for the past couple of days, honestly, shout out to Intel, because it's so important for a computer like this to have memory flexibility in order to upgrade your DDR5 and DDR4 RAM sticks. Plus, transforming this laptop into a full-fledged gaming setup like this, it wouldn't be possible without the use of one single Thunderbolt 4 cable. Like literally it connects my speakers with the whole audio setup, the monitor, keyboard and mouse, all of that with one single cable. Oh, and that includes the webcam. In my specific testing, honestly, the thing that impressed me the most was how silent the fans are when gaming at 1080p. It's a great pickup for students, casual users, gamers, and web developers, which I think covers literally everyone. Look, based on many reviews, a lot of people seem to be pulling the trigger on these. I'm so impressed with it. I might do a longer review after a few months if you guys are curious. If it's of any interest to you, I'll make sure to leave a link down below. Intel's 13th gen Core i9 processor is no joke. Make sure to look for it when you're upgrading your setup. Can't thank Lenovo enough for sponsoring this video. To make all of it work, the Google Home app is your friend. In fact, this and your Nest Hub basically complement each other really well. To set up most of your devices, you need to make sure you do it through the app. There, you can set up either a new device directly from Google or a third-party device that works with Google. The best thing I can do is to show you how to set up something like a switch. Any type of third-party devices you connect needs to be associated to an account with that particular brand. In my Hue app, for example, I've got my whole setup with my own account working and linked to the Google Home app. The same thing goes with Sonos, Govee, LG, Lutron. You'll see in this tab how they are already all connected to my home because my linkage happened when I first connected Google to another brand. Once the accounts are linked, all it takes is pairing that device through their native app. So if you have a Hue switch, you pair that through the Hue app. If you have a Lutron dimmer, you pair that through the Lutron app. And if you name them properly in their own systems, this will get imported automatically into your home dashboard. In there, you can sort these as you wish and place them into their corresponding rooms. The cool thing about this whole automation is how well it subdivides your home into rooms and how well it works via voice command. With proper naming and proper sorting of the spaces in your house, Google Assistant will recognize that room you want to turn on and off, or that specific device that you want to turn on or off. Really, as long as you give it a proper name, you can control things individually or as a whole. I've been living with Google Home for a while now, like 4 years and counting. Really, this is the perfect system for me to be able to adapt and expand without needing to know much about tech. There are various ways I use Google in my life, and really it can be for the simplest of things. A few tips and tricks I can give you are simple things like using it as a clock. When we often cook and whatnot, I like setting alarms for it. Hey Google, put a timer for 2 minutes.
Sure, 2 minutes, and we're starting now.
It's also super useful for calculations like, let's say you want to know how many teaspoons in 2 cups. Hey Google, how many teaspoons in 2 cups?
2 cups is equivalent to 96 teaspoons.
Or say you are tight on time and you forgot an ingredient at the supermarket, you can ask how long it'll take to get there with real-time traffic. Hey Google, how long does it take to go to the nearest supermarket?
Driving to Metro Plus Point Claire will take you 5 minutes.
I use it as a weather check. Hey Google, what's the weather like today?
Currently in Point Claire, it's 60 degrees with light showers.
Check business hours. Hey Google, what are the business hours of Best Buy?
There are a few Best Buy locations. Here are their business hours for today.
I also use it as a camera surveillance system when I'm not home. We can easily take a look at what's going on within the app. Also, if you have an automated lock, you can also control that via voice command. So if you are busy in the kitchen and you need to let someone in, you can definitely do that. Hey Google, unlock front door.
Got it. Requesting to unlock the front door.
And you can go to the extent of playing various different types of built-in ambient noises in case you can't fall asleep. Hey Google, play ambient noise rain. At the end of the day, the system isn't perfect. I really don't want to make it seem like it is because it can sort of break at times. There might be times where things don't respond quickly or takes a bit longer to do. My TVs, for example, keep connecting and disconnecting from my home app. Sometimes when Google perform updates to the app, it can sort of break your rooms and items. It's not perfect, but when it works, it really works, which is most of the time. Honestly, the goal of this video is to simply help you guys set up your automation at home. Like if you're thinking about setting something up, this is the best system you can have in my opinion. You can work with different types of budgets, add different types of tech. Like honestly, it can be a lot of fun and it can sort of enhance your life in a way. If you are a brand new homeowner, I hope this guide sort of helps you set things up. Honestly, I'm talking from experience here and I've realized that this has been such a good addition to my life. Hopefully it'll be a great addition to your life as well. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next Sunday, like the usual Sunday. Take care.